Welcome back, everyone, to the empire that was once a little itty-bitty two-province minor here in Lensinor. Campaign with me, Dwarf Pete, where in the last episode we managed to completely waste every single man we had at our disposal in order to get some small country clay and finally connect our Dragon Coast holdings to the rest of our land. Funnily enough, though, I think our Dragon Coast holdings have never been profitable. Maybe they were good for manpower? That's a big if. Just a quick update on the world, though. We've now allied Corvuria, who is a great conqueror, poised against Orlazima's Deer, also a great conqueror, and in the east here, the command is the #1 power in the world if you don't factor in Renaissance institutions. And I'm guessing they look disgusting. We'll probably get to see them soon enough. And where we last left off, we were building a bunch of manufactories so we could finally click a button. At the end of the day, however, a rider is only as good as his steed. I believe there's a song. It's like a Rohan song. It's like The Rider and the Horse. I'm fairly certain that's what it's called. This is what this reminds me of. Even Mogin himself could not salvage a mule as a steed for battle, though he surely could have made a strong attempt. Few could ride a unicorn, but the appeal could be mimicked, strong and fast, able to move just enough at an impressive speed. So, we have finally made the best of steeds. And that gives us some movement speed. If we get some army tradition, we can lose more army tradition. Oh boy. And then we can finally get a good buff. So, speaking of ways to get army tradition, we could go to war with Riveria, but we're never going to get access through Gwed. We could also go to war with Ibavar for their territory. And you know what? I think that's a rather easy war. But before I do that, I gotta remember, I wanted to ally Silverforge to make sure my succession is secure. And furthermore, I have some troops that are trapped. And I think I got boats coming over to deal with this, right? Please tell me they're coming over. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Right, so you guys can all go get started with that. Make sure I do the correct one this time. I don't think it actually matters which one I do. Right though. Let's just get it started. This should be a relatively... He's allied to Silverfort. I'm an idiot. Whatever. Let's just get started. We've got one whole army fit for battle, and that's all it takes. Oh, and sure enough, they are now fit to fight. They don't need the boats to come rescue them anymore. And I figure it's about that time of the campaign where I completely forget about the New World. It's caused me too much manpower to deal with this, even though the borders do look kind of cool now, I will admit. And we've got another mission that we can so fulfill. Domini, the Sorcerer King, was a brute. His men collected taxes, captured subjects, but were generally content to leave the inhabitants by themselves once they had paid their dues. Unlike gnolls, who will sacrifice you after you pay your dues. With the halflings, however, things were a different story. The acolytes of the Sorcerer King held a special hatred for halflings. What? Why? And the campaign was marked by constant raids and battles given by hordes of half-sized undead. It was against them that Aelkandar was constructed. A garrison fortress that was able to respond to the undead in such quick time that the dead were relegated to slave labor. What? I've never heard of this before. Mogin was here too, helping to oversee the construction of the fortress and defeating any army that marched to halt its creation. Now that would be an interesting, I haven't seen that episode of The Hobbit yet. The one where Frodo and Sam fight off an undead horde. And I think that sounds absolutely terrifying. Okay. Elair should get out any minute here. We're sieging down Crothan. Yeah, this war's... I barely have to intervene these days. One big problem, though, we are going to have to come up with is how to get our hands on Kalaskandar. And I think I've figured it out. We're going to do these sneaky... Oh, we can't demand extra provinces. I see. Well, crap, how am I gonna... This was my big idea. Maybe I declared the wrong CB. And we can speedify this. There's no need to... wait. Okay, and I also need to start building up a spy network with Verteskable people. I should also make you happy again. Pearl's Edge, I might as well improve with you. Not like I'm doing anything else, really. And I could crack the walls, but you know what? I am content just to sit. Conveniently, right as I said, I am content to sit. OBS just crashed there, but we're back. Oh, I can't turn down 3 grand in ducats. That's just too good. What I am going to do with that money, though, is finish up all of this I had gotten started with a couple episodes ago. Just like seeing big numbers. Big trade numbers make me happy, and I cannot lie. All you other brothers cannot deny. Something tells me Sir Mix-a-Lot did not intend for that to be the use of his song. Okay. I don't care about it, money. Just give me the land. Right. We can... yeah. As effective as the Castanorian zombies were, they had 2 major weaknesses. They were slow. When a legion of the dead was shambling towards you, it was difficult, if not impossible, for their commanders to organize a formation to quickly respond to an unexpected attack. And they had a tendency to be left behind. If an army was en route, they rarely gave the time for their undead allies to catch up. Mogin and other coalition commanders had time to reflect on this, and their solution to the undead was Aelkindar. Simple, and yet beautifully elegant. A grand fortress built to withstand a siege for months, from which coalition forces could organize their cavalry, headed by Mogin, could harass legions traveling across the small country, gradually, but effectively, nullifying them before they could pose a threat to the southern lands. Neat. Please give me some cav ability. Okay. Right. The whole reason I got in this war, I wanted to get some army tradition. Let's do so. And please don't destroy my army. Good. Here's a $1.46, 0.6 for us. Any other enemies sitting around? No? All I want is just a decent amount of army tradition. Chelmador got sieged. Chelmador got sieged. Okay, I can get that real easily, then. Did I already... No, I did not. Let's get that done. I want to call in my brave Corvorian allies as much as I can. They'll make this war go simple. Alright, got them blocked. And we just need to chase them down. And I think those are the first separatists I've seen in a long time. Well, not comparing to the Tluk campaign, because that campaign is all rebels all the time. No manpower, you don't deserve it. No wonder the Gnolls sacrifice so much. Okay. With the small country freed from its oppressors, and its middle-level aristocracy curtailed, there is a chance like no other to change the way it is fundamentally organized. The tributes demanded of the halflings were harsh and unfair, often taxing them twice in a row or more. There is an opportunity to perform a great deception. With only a little administrative work, the taxes administered to halflings could be raised to a level comparable to before the liberation. It would not look this way if the process was streamlined. You know what? Piss off the halflings. I don't care. Make me money. Give me goods. Alright, hopefully this gets me the professionalism I need. Tradition. No, oh jeez. No, don't take my battle from me, you jerk. I want that professionalism. Tradition. No! Yeah, stupid allies. Arboran, yes. That'll do well. We can get that. That should give me enough. Maybe. I could just build more forts that don't really want to. We got a whole 0.2, really? Nice. Another 0.2. I imagine this would be easier if I was actually fighting more enemies. We can go ahead and finish up trade ideas and pick up the next idea set, although I don't really have anything particular that I want to fill out. I guess quantity. Actually, no. We'll come back to that. I don't know if I need extra... I will also take up that, so we can drop that. I don't know if I need extra Cav compatibility, which is why I am holding off on that for the time being. In other news, though, what we can do is start transferring from the Upper Allen and the Vrowen's Bay. And nice. How much did we just get there? 48.9. Come on. Just give me to the magic number. Just give me to 50. That's all I want. Good. Keep giving me some more. Yes, we'll take some Beepeckian help. Okay, that's 0.7. Oh, we're so close. We got some more Arborani troops we can knock out. We got way too much Cav in our armies. And, ooh, yes, give me some Diplo annexation cost, please. Okay, there's a 0.3. Counting by 0.3s up to 50. Yes, that should be the last battle I need. Come on. Just die. Just do it. Do it. Wait, what? I wish you got army tradition from sieging forts. It honestly feels like something that's needed. They looted Chelmador. At least there's another army there I can take advantage of if I ever need to. Yes, actually, I do have troops that way, so I can take advantage of it. Busalar, you did not. Did you expand further? Whoa! We're gonna have to solve that. That's not okay. That needs to stop. Ropes. Okay, that gets me 50 flat. Just end it. I don't want to play this game anymore. The Ulan is the future of cavalry. Horses can be bred to be faster rather than stronger, and if the troops riding them sacrifice some armor and equipment, then they can ride at speeds unmatched by any heavy cavalry. Armed with a lance and an unquenchable spirit, they can ride around enemy formations and flank them, even as they think themselves secure. While once there may not have been enough noblemen brave enough to risk themselves in a cavalry charge, with our overabundance of new knights, we can easily find brave souls to fill the ranks. With their numbers, the Ulan can be present everywhere the other soldiers need. And I think it's time to finally pull out. Yeah, just give me the province. Shoo, I don't really care. Word. There is little in the world more heroic than a cavalry charge. The realm's greatest and bravest barreling directly for the enemy, risking death, dismemberment, and worse, to trample the foe underfoot. Much separate from the growing prosperity, to sit behind a wall and shoot at the opponent. Ah yes, such unchivalrous manners as using a crossbow. I can't even imagine. Unfathomable. Yes. The bravery required to risk one's life in the charge is an asset that has grown more and more scarce. By instilling our generals with the spirit of the charge, and disseminating it to the rest of the populace, we might assemble a charge to shatter even the zeal of the Corps Knights. Hate to tell you, but we've done that many times over. What is understood to be Knorrian chivalry is in reality an Adenican invention, and it is insufficient. Adenic chivalry dictates a series of partially effective rules, treating the common man as objects and only tending to them as befits the proper maintenance of an object. Entebennic chivalry, however, shall be different. Though there may be nobles and commoners, only the bravest and most honorable shall become knights, the paragons of society. It is to their example that we all will strive, and all of these knights must be worthy of the unicorn. Such is the purity of their hearts and the honor of their deeds. Alright, and we are blasting through the mission tree here. And with that, Nimsgard is under our control, making the borders almost clean. Keyword on almost. Speaking of which, is there any downside to annexing Wesdam? Yeah, a couple cores he has. Therefore, I'll just go for Wex, because I'm pretty sure Wex doesn't really have that much left that I can siphon. Okay. Silverforge, get back here. You are supposed to be my toady. And Corvuria, you're now willing to help me in whatever wars I drag you into. So, by chance, would you happen to want to come in against... Nope. Wait, what? You suck. He's fighting Argodstoon, understandable. He's actually inside the mountain. That's slightly crazy. once we get 25 spy network with Vertesk here, we should be able to see the next part of the pilgrimage of Walken. And I sure hope it doesn't give me claims. Oh, but you know what does allow me to... Actually, I'm willing to bet this truce is very small. Yeah, 6 years. Okay, now I've got an idea forming in my mind. What I can do is, I can snake around the backside here. Or I could even attack Arboran directly for one massive push. That would be kind of crazy. Corvuria would even join me. Let's get the Vertesk thing on the go first. That's a good-looking gnome. I haven't said anything yet, but I spied down on my little eye here. They've got some halfling. I'm excited to see. I know all of this is supposed to be some halfling island kingdom, and that, honestly, is... That and the swamp trolls over here are the two nations I would like to play the most in the upcoming patch. Cough, cough. Hopefully nobody beats me to it. Whenever that patch comes out, that is. Nobody knows. It will come out when it comes out, is the best answer there. Excellent. Vertesk had been a Castinorian city from the beginning. Well, its infamy certainly was all Castinorian. Home to a dominion, an effective voice royalty of the larger Castinor, Vertesk was famous for its imposing black tower. It is said that Vertesk spent many evenings atop the tower. Sorry, I said that wrong. That's not atop the tower, that's atop the tower, carrying out designs lost to time. It was on the outskirts of this tower that Vertesk was fated to have died. Whatever transpired within that tower was known only to the Unicorn Knight. It is said that something lies within, something invaluable for following in Moggen's footsteps. I can't believe we had to do some skullduggery, such as swooping down to building spy networks, such unchivalrous acts. And after this, you should finally be good. Alright, right. Busalar and or Arboran. We could play the old eeny, meeny, miny, mo game. Remember, I think this is up in 6 years. We can just... You know what, I think I'll just wait for you to finish your war with Argoatstone, because I have a feeling it's going to be over fairly soon here. And then I can just steal your troops away. Shout out to Syrian for being rather thick this game. Actually, I think this is the first time I've seen... Usually what happens is the elves will spiral out of control and form the Phoenix Empire. This is like one of the few games I've seen in a long time where the elves don't form the Phoenix Empire for whatever reason. I'm guessing it's because... Keterata took Medrubar and Brissan. Interesting. One other thing I've forgotten to do is I wanted to switch over to Wine Lord. I just think it's neat. Following the Battle of Dame's Teeth, where the Castinorian navy was destroyed, the Tower of Vertesk was vulnerable to attack from the seas, and thanks to the assistance of Alan the Younger and members of the Goetti resistance, Mogin and the Free Realms forces had set off from Anbennar, seeking to exploit this weakness and gain access to the Tower of Vertesk. The battle was in full swing, but it was far from over. Mogin, Alan, and the others fought hard, pushing their way through the tower. Soldier after soldier fell, Mogin's blade swinging rhythmically through the defenders until none remained. Finally, he found himself at the study of Vertesk the Arrogant. Vertesk had remained in the tower, leaving his presence could turn the tide of battle. He was nearly correct. Noticing the intruder, Vertesk threw fire from his fingers and called out, "And who are you to think you could defeat Vertesk the Great?" Mogin darted aside, dodging his flames, and decapitated Vertesk in a single motion. Alen the Younger was not so fortunate. And we get some sailors. I presume because we're reenacting taking the Tower of Vertesk. Right. Nope, still not. Oh, but you're in a war. And I could call in every single person I know, and it would still be a very annoying war. I just think it would be poetic to get Enforced Realm... I'm overextended? Am I? No, I'm not. I think it would be poetic to enforce realm peace as we finish up the mission tree here. Okay, and thankfully, they only all hate me, so... So how am I going to fix that? I think it'd just be best to do a blanket improving of relations. I can certainly get... Vern on my side by completely decimating. I honestly think we'll just carve our way through Ibavar because it's not going to cause too much aggressive expansion in order to get Kaliskandar. Aha, and we'll keep improving the trolls, why not? Holy crap, man, end your war. Or you already did. Why would you not want to come in? 'Cause you're in debt, of course you are. You should be making a massive amount of ducatage. Oh, and your great conqueror died. Ah, I see. That is a small problem. You did manage to get Argord Stoon, though. A whole 90 development. I can only imagine what that cost to core. That would be absurd. I will pass. Actually, though, you know what I can do that I can ask you to prepare for war. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, now you'll come in. And that should be overwhelming odds. And yes, let's go return all of this to Vern, which should secure me the next thing. Words. The next Emperor thing. Reform. Okay. Alphonse I, our king, stands inside the Black Tower of Vertesk. This particular section smells of disuse and abandon, with dust so firmly upon crumbling stone that the only thing in the air was the musk of age. Well, apart from the guards behind them. If there's something you wanted from here, it's probably been picked out by now. The first guard spoke with a thick accent. A man who sounded as sturdy as his stature implied. Alphonse I waved them off with a simple shake of the hand. Even so, the pair watched on as Alphonse I claimed a chunk of stone from the crumbling interior. The whole scene was supported by the gentle clinking of the second guard, squeezing it back. A thought crossed Alphonse I's mind. Were these guards not corrupt, it was one thing to offer them money, but another thing entirely to actually accept it. Perhaps they ought to be turned in on the way out. Yeah. Improved relations sounds like a great reward. And we are still traveling. We've still got... Okay, by any chance, can I return some provinces that Pearl's Edge stole? No, no, absolutely not. That's out of the question, isn't it? What about if I did it from this menu? This isn't going to cost me any expansion. Maybe I gotta occupy them. Okay, there's Carnita. Not to be confused with Carnita's Tacos. I totally get... No, I don't. I don't get confused with Carnita's Tacos. I'm talking about this area. Alright. There should be the capital of Pearl's Edge. And, okay, alright, I'm not able to demand other provinces, right. I learned nothing from my last war. But we can defeat the enemy in the city of Throatport. Whoever came up with that name is probably chuckling to themselves. Which all I'll say is well played for managing to sneak a name like Throatport into the game. All good, and my ally managed to take a fort for me. And right, I think we only need this fort, and they'll probably just fall, if I had to guess. And this should finally shove off Buslar, who's been digging into Imperial land for forever now. Oh, good. And as it turns out, we do not get extra cav combat ability, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get... How much more? 5%. Oh. I can get it from... I guess we're going quality. We're going full cav. I suppose it makes sense, given how much army tradition we get. Yeah, we basically have, like, no decay and tons of army tradition at this point. Alright, and there's a couple more forts. I think that's that. Heck, we could even force some war reps. I might as well. I don't care about money, actually. I've completely fixed my money problem. There's Buslar kicked out of the Empire. Feels good. We'll return all our troops to their normal upright seated position. And where does that put us? 12 provinces still outside the Empire. I swear I just managed to get that number down. Maybe it needs to update for a month. That's my guess. Yes. Okay, 6 provinces. And conveniently, they're all held by Mr. Gwed, who our truce will be up with in 1637. I'll go ahead and get that too. Try to speed up the rate at which we get finished. Oh wow, how are we making so much money now? I think it's all from the... Well, a good chunk of it's probably coming from that. But I think it would be a great idea to upgrade this to a world port and even improve the marketplace. Also probably a good idea to start upgrading these marketplaces. Just so I can see how much further the numbers can climb. And we'll even upgrade some of the ones in our own provinces. Excellent. And just a casual, another 10 ducats gets added in. Oh, whoa, look at the time. I did not realize I had gone over. As always, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more great ording.